Gonna wait for some more people to come in. Psych. Let's get it going. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, we. They go, ooh la la, we. She like, ooh la la, we. They go, ooh la la, we. We like, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. VibeS TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, when people don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mine in today. Yeah, 5 miles, and we worked out. So if that sound like something you can rock with, before you diddy to the left and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. That's the good coffee right there. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because this is the first time that I'm going live on YouTube like I normally do. And the first time I'm going live on Instagram. So if you see my eyes diverting up and down, I got YouTube at the top. I got Instagram at the bottom. So we in the end game for that. We're going to start fucking around on Instagram as well. Y'all know if y'all been following the channel. I be running through these YouTube streets, running across these social media platforms. And oh, by the way, they should have never let me in the game. Like, yo, I'm here now. And they should have never let me. Let's get right to it. It's Saturday, feeling good. Like, it's Saturday, 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 Saturday. And it's playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. And tomorrow, when my New York football Giants play Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, who was my first team when I first started watching football back in 1997, Elmira to be exact. I was a Randy Moss fan, and I was a Minnesota Vikings fan. Since then, I crossed over to New York. All right, let's get right to the picks. It's already a game in progress. What's the score real quick? Last time I checked, San Fran was winning 24-17. Let me just check. Got the TV on in the background. Yeah, it's 23-17. San Fran is favored by 10. Fourth quarter just about to start, just fourth quarter about to start. I got Seattle with the 10. The game is already in process, but it's no need to lie. We full transparency on VibeS TV, right? That means I can see you if you're not hiding between some bubblegum profile, and you definitely can see me because my shit is open. Like, come on in. We had Seattle with the 10. San Fran beat Seattle twice this year. In fact, they beaten them, I think, like the last 10 games. I thought 10 points was a little bit much for the playoffs. And Geno Smith, I always call him Geno Green. But Geno Smith, he's still on the niggas wrote me off, but I ain't right back. And so far, that's playing out. Because like Russell Wilson, cook Russ, let Russ cook. He's home now. He's watching the playoffs. He might not even be watching the playoffs. You know what I mean? What's up, Jazz? Holla back. Long time no hear. You know what I mean? Like, he's home watching the playoffs. And for those that's going to be jumping in on Instagram, yeah, this is the first time we're doing VibeS TV live on Instagram. Time to, you know what I mean, get my foot in the door and see what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube, y'all been rocking, but Instagram, you're a little late, so we gonna fix that. Anyway, let's get right to it. For the season, you know what I mean? Season is over now. It's the playoffs. My record for us picking all of the games is 140 to 127. So we are, you know what I mean, 13 games above 500. So that means that's chicken dinners. Like, winner, winner, chicken dinners. On the locks, not from Yonkers, we 53 and 53. So we ain't lose no money. We ain't win no money. That's not a good thing. But at least you ain't lose if you've been rocking with the channel. So it was wild card weekend. 6 games on the slate. Like I said, I got Seattle plus the 10. Tonight, the Chargers is at Jacksonville. Jacksonville, first time in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence, the golden boy. You know what I mean? Looking like, what's the dude, what was the dude name from fucking Remember the Titans? You know what I mean? The quarterback dude, Sunshine. Looking like Sunshine. I think they run us over. I think they had a good season. Nobody thought they was going to make the playoffs. Don't lie. Unless you live in Jacksonville. You was not saying Jacksonville was going to make the playoffs. Don't cap on the channel. And I didn't think they was going to make the playoffs either. They in the playoffs. If you follow the channel and you've been rocking with the channel, then you know I think, you know what I mean? What's good, my guy? Make Harlem great again. If you rock with the channel, you know that I think sports is scripted, and so I think they did good, but now you're out of here. Like, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video, all that shit out of here? I think they out of here. I like the Chargers. They've been kind of clamoring for Justin Herbert and the Chargers to be in the playoffs. Well, they got what they want. Next game, Miami at Buffalo. These are tomorrow's games. After we give the sports picks out, we're going to get into some other shit. There's a lot of shit spinning in the clip, and we're going to talk about it. Miami getting 13.5. This leads me to believe that Tua Tagovailoa is not going to play. Buffalo, you know, they got the eye of the tiger. They got the angel in the sky. Damar Hamlin. Obviously, he made it out of the hospital, and what we witnessed on Monday night was nothing like we've seen before. We've seen quarterbacks get their leg broken. We've seen Lawrence Taylor do the unthinkable. And, you know, we've seen some horrific head injuries, but nothing where a player just fell back into cardiac arrest, had to be resuscitated. So I think Buffalo will win. You know what I mean? I think they're going to win. I don't think they cover the 13.5. I like Miami with the 13.5. But who knows? They might blow them out the water. Teddy Bridgewater, speaking of water, he might play. If Teddy Bridgewater play and not I forget the third string quarterback. I'm not sure his name. Grizzle, what's the word? Yeah, I like Teddy Bridgewater and the 13.5 if he plays. Next game. I'm from New York, like, is New York in the house? Is Brooklyn in the house? Like, ain't New York number one? Matter of fact, let's get a little New York number one real quick. What the fuck is going on? Where my shit at? A little louder, like New York number one. I keep it going. New York play tomorrow. You know, they just played Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota had to kick a 61-yarder, like some astronomical shit. It was luck. They beat the Giants, I think, by 1 or 2. A lot of people is on the G-Men. They're like, the G-Men going to the Super Bowl. Like, playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. I'm not going to go against New York. I am biased. Obviously, I'm from New York. Harlem, to be exact. Stand up. You know what I mean? Make Harlem great again. I think the Giants going to stick around. They rested Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, which, you know, they rested some of their key players last week. So they should be fully rested. They should be fully ready, locked, and loaded to go. But don't sleep on Minnesota. Their record is their record for a reason. They had a lot of close games where they had to squeak it out, and they won. So you can say, will that trend continue, or will their luck run out? I'm going to say they probably beat the Giants again. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with the 3.5. I'm going to go with the 3 points. Next game, Joe Burrow, a.k.a. the new face of the NFL. So, they trying to kind of do. They playing Baltimore. No Lamar Jackson. Like, Lamar Jackson, his rookie contract is up. He didn't sign a deal. And so the knee injury, I can see he don't want to get hurt. John Harbaugh came out and was like, oh, we just trying to win a game. We're not really focusing on what the fans are saying. I think that's telling. I think that's like, if he was hurt, then just say he hurt, and we got to go with the able bodies that we got. For him to say like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. There's no new updates. Is this, is that. I don't like that. Even though they played twice this year, I think they win again. If you watch that last game with Baltimore and the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow missed a lot of open passes. A couple of passes was dropped. And they did cover the spread, but it should have been a blowout, like blowout fashion. With no Lamar Jackson, even if the backup quarterback, what's his name, Hutley, I still think they get blown out. I think Cincinnati covered the spread. Next and last game, Monday Night Football. Shout outs to all those Cowboys fans. Like, how about those Cowboys? They going against the GOAT. You know this shit is scripted and rigged. You know what I mean? Well, at least I think it is, and that's how I bet, right? Because that's my money, son, right? I don't just talk. I put my money up, and I bet, sometimes with the notion that this shit is rigged, and wherever Vegas is going to get the most money from, that's what they're going to do. It's like, oh, we can get $10 million over here, or we can get a measly $2 million over here. What you think they're going to do to get the results that they want? They're going to get the $10 million easily. Call it in. That's why sometimes on the field, you be like, how the fuck this nigga, missed the tackle, or how they call a holding, or how did this happen? How did the ref miss the call? And you say, oh, I see why, because this shit is rigged. At least that's just what I believe. With that being said, Tom Brady at home, even though they got a worse record than the Dallas Cowboys, they underdogs by 2.5. All season long, I won money on Brady this year, betting against them, and I lost money going with Brady. And they've been up and down. Like, it's been, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? Obviously, he was dealing with divorce issues and shit like that. Obviously, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. And as a person that's been through a divorce myself, yes, I was legally married. It could be stressful. It could be frustrating. It could be an emotional roller coaster, especially when there's kids involved. And fortunately for me, there was no kids involved, at least of my own. So I could get it, you're losing weight. Like, how you getting money, but you're not losing weight. Like, you're losing weight. You're looking real scruffy in the press conferences. And now it's the playoffs. So it's one game elimination. They at home. It's going to be rocking in Tampa Bay. Brady is what, 7-0 or 8-0 against Dallas? Dak looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. He's looking a little nervous. Throwing those interceptions. I think Brady and them win. And not only do I think they win, I think they get a little help and they win. And once again, Stephen A will probably be getting on First Take talking about how about those Cowboys and the accident that's waiting to happen. That's what I see. All right, now that the playoffs is out the way, let's get to some other shit. Let's get to some other shit. A lot of shit going on in the news. Let's talk about this. I just found out about this today. Don't know the brother, never heard of the brother, but obviously he's doing very well for himself. And that's CJ So Cool, a YouTuber, a pretty successful YouTuber. Live a pretty extravagant lifestyle. Got the Benzes, Lexus, Ferraris, and all that shit. Like, like 50 Cent said, Bentleys, Ferraris, and all that shit. And, I guess apparently maybe like 2 days ago or a day ago, he had a home invasion, like 3 in the morning. Like, when they come knocking on your door, they not coming to talk nice. They coming to, do you bodily harm. And unfortunately, I think he got popped like 4 times. He lived, obviously, tweeting about it. He was on the gram, posting about it on Twitter and shit. So we wish him a speedy recovery. And you know, like I said, just looking at the stories, couple of the channels that was talking about it, you see you live out there in Vegas, one of my favorite places to visit. That's probably the most place that I have visited is Vegas because I'm a gambler, I'm a risk taker because that's your money, son. And so we love Vegas. You know what I mean? And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Shout out to my nigga Mouthpiece. Shout out to my nigga West. You know what I mean? I see you out there handling your handle. They from Vegas. And when we just was out in Vegas for Lou's birthday, shout outs to Big Unk. You know what I mean? Shout outs to all of the real rights. We was in Vegas, turned up crazy. If you didn't see the blog, go look at the vlog. All the details, all the proof is up there. We had a blast. So apparently he live in a nice residential neighborhood. I guess he just got with a new girlfriend. And people are kinda, maybe allegedly kinda sorta saying she might have something to do with it. I guess she's a top chef and shit. And you know, they came, popped him up, not really sure what they took from him. But people in the comments, like when you go to the comments and you check the temperature, shout out to Miss JP Morgan, you know what I mean? When you look in the comments, you see a lot of people was like, when you dangle meat in front of the lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, there's a lot of people starving out here. Let's just keep it a buck. As much as people be on the gram, like do it for the gram, niggas ain't really got what they say they got, what they portraying to have, and what they putting out there for public consumption. They really just getting by, like Talib Kweli, just to get by, and they're really faking the funk, you know what I mean? And in this case, I don't think it's the case. People say he getting a lot of money. I think he got like 8 million followers, over 1 billion, you know, views on his channel. So he's doing pretty well. And the thing is, when you do flash, you know, Bentleys, Ferraris, and all that shit, people can look with the side out and want to take what you got. Even though you work hard for it, you got it out the mud, you did everything right, or you even had some breaks go your way for you to be in the position that you got to. Like Jada said, nothing is given, everything is earned. And we're gonna talk about King Earn a little bit in a minute too. Nothing is given, everything is earned. And so they feel entitled to take your shit. Like what Meek Mill said, if I ever go broke, I'ma take your money. And you know, when you in the club and you turning up, when it's like, you know what I mean, when certain lines come out, people say that shit with vigor. Like give the speech with vigor, pass the wine cooler, you big black man, right? You jingling, baby. And that's an LL reference. You know what I mean? Like, I'ma take your money and I'ma kill you in certain little lines. And you know, when you hear that, like, yeah, if I ever go broke, coming for you, taking your shit with no regards. Like, and I hear you got like I think 4 kids or whatever, you know. So nobody was hurt to the knowledge, you know, to my knowledge, and when I was reading the story and shit. But the thing is, that's why I never wore jury. And as a former, you know, you know what I mean, I used to stick niggas, yeah, right. I mean, like, been to jail for that twice, and I'm not bragging. I did my time. I was guilty. I'm not one of those guys that was like, you know, woe is me. It wasn't me, or some shaggy shit. It wasn't me. No, it was me. And I did everything that they said that I did. And I did the time for that. But these is the past stuff. But yeah, when you rocking the jury and the ice and all that, and you standing there like it's sweet and nothing can happen to you, it can happen to you. And to quote my man Swift, you know what I mean, one of my codees, it can happen to anybody in any borough. They got my brain on scramble. No choice in this jungle but to be an animal. And so people feel entitled. They see you doing better than them. They see you flashing and flossing on them, like style on, you know what I mean, style on the haters, mouthed off at the cops out of cranberry drops, like you in Vegas and you styling. And you know, it doesn't make it right. But what it makes it is, everybody's not your friend. Everybody doesn't mean you well. Some people was looking to see, you know, if it's chinks in the arm, if they can do a Sinji on you. Super ninjas, like come to your layout, lay it out, and see how they can, you know, call the cronies in and book you for your shit. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas running your spot, they there to play off, right? The cops blitz quick, so let the K off, like, and so let that be a lesson. You know what I mean? Not only for him, and obviously you can have the most, you know, what is it, the ring and, you know, all these security devices. You can have the Rockwallers at the door, like you feed them gunpowder, and niggas still can run up in your spot and take your shit, harm you, maybe harm your loved ones. And, you know, not to say that you got to hide all your possessions, you know what I mean? But just, you know, being from that environment where people book people, I book people. It's a direct sign. It's like flashing lights. It's like moths to the flame. You out here, you flossing, and yeah, people is hungry. You know what I mean? A lot of people is hungry. So it's just the mindset of live your life, live your best life, but be careful about when you on vacation. We hear stories about, you in Mexico, you chilling with El Chapo, and you flying saucers, and while you not home, people is in your crib booking you for your shit. You come back, your whole spot is cleaned out. You like, damn, because you was on the gram, you was fronting, you know what I mean? You in a third world country and nobody's, watching your crib. So we just got to be careful. But we wish the brother a speedy recovery. You know what I mean? Let that be a lesson learned. You can live your life, but be careful, when you're doing what you're doing and how you're doing it, especially for the gram. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Like Ho said, it just is what it is. Let that be a lesson. Let's talk about some other shit. Let's talk about Naomi Osaka. And Naomi Osaka, who I like, she's a tennis player, one of the best. I think she was ranked top 10 at one time. Maybe even, I think, let me not slight her. I think she was ranked in the top 3, maybe even top 1 at one point. And at one point in time, people was like, she gonna be the next Venus, she gonna be the next Serena. Like, what? Like, I mean, it's only one, and even Venus is not Serena. And Serena is obviously, she's the GOAT. Mm-hmm. One of the best athletes, female or male, that we've seen in the past 15, 20 years since she's been doing it. So she's not going to be the next Serena. That's a given. But in her own right, she's a great player. She had I won't say the meltdown. I'll say after, I think, one of her matches, when the media, was asking her certain questions and shit, and, she was like, her mental wasn't right. You know what I mean? Like, gotta free my mind. You know what I mean? And, she spoke about, I think this was going on when the pandemic was going on, George Floyd, rest in peace, and, Black Lives Matter and all this shit was going on. And so a lot of people was dealing with a lot of shit, not just her. And so anyway, why I'm speaking about her is because she recently came out just like Keke Palmer on Saturday Night Live, you know what I mean, with the baby titties popping out and shit. She just announced on Instagram that with the sonogram picture that she's expecting a bundle of joy. And I believe her baby daddy, her partner is called Day. I think I'm saying his name right. Rapper, who I also never heard of. And there's no knock on him. It's just a lot of shit I just don't be rocking with. If I ain't rocking with it, I ain't rocking with it. Some stuff I don't get around to it. And I'm real finicky about the rap that I listen to anyway. I definitely on some old school shit, especially when I'm in the gym. I just like certain music, and if it ain't, if it's some drill shit or it's just got the same, rhythmatic shit that everybody be doing, and I just don't really like it. You know what I mean? Not to say that it's not good. It's just that's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I fuck with the coffee. And so anyway, Card Day, guess he's a good brother. They expecting, and a lot of people in the comments was obviously congratulating her. So congratulations to both of them. Bringing life into the world is a celebratory thing, and it should be celebrated. However, if you rock with the channel, then I come from a family of a lot of marriage in my family. As I was once married. 30 years, 27 years, you know what I mean? Long years of being married. And that's a good thing. Not just you sticking it out even though you unhappy and all that. You can have your view, and we living in different times now. Like, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and amazed that it's a lot of, revealing parties, gender reveals, and, girl trips and shit, celebrating, instead of honeymoons. And pretty much what I want to point out about her, Keke Palmer, the Rihannas, like Rihanna, and anybody that's in the public eye. Rick James, I'm rich, bitch, and I'm Rick James. They got money. See, that's the difference between them and the average, regular woman. And it's no knock on y'all. I'm regular too. I'm average, so however you view. And I'm fine with that. I don't try to live vicarious or, put other people's lifestyles and compare it to mine. I think if you're doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You might cause yourself some extra stress or, put yourself in a depression because you ain't measuring up or you're not doing things that other people are doing. Especially if you think it's, living through the gram and you believe in that shit. A lot of that shit ain't true. But she's a millionaire. Naomi, I'm talking about. 25 years old, earned her spot. Nothing was given. She earned it. And when I was Googling her, I think her net worth was estimated at 57 million, 60 million. So she got money. You know what I mean? And maybe she don't want to marry him because he got less. And women be like, you got to step up to me. I'm making more than you. I want 100,000 earner and all that. It's a war going on outside. No man is safe between the men and the women. And what's your standards? What's not your standards? And shit like that. She's a millionaire. So on her post, and I won't read the post because I didn't even save the screenshot, but just verbatim. She like, next year you're going to see me 2024. Mind you, we just started 2023. Like, happy fucking New Year, right? Like, happy New Year, not years. Happy New Year's. She said you're going to see her in 2024, God willing, back on the court. And of course she can afford to do that. D, what up, my brother? Love is love, for sure. How many of us can take off a whole year not worrying about your bills, not worrying about, financial issues and still be good? Like Kanye and T-Pain, I'm good. How many of us can do that? Obviously, she can do that. She like, you'll see me, I'm going to have my baby, I'm going to take time off, and I get back to playing the sport when I feel like it. Like, do this shit when I feel like it. A lot of us can't do that. A lot of us can't miss 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of us can't miss no time. And in fact, if we miss 1 week because we live in paycheck to paycheck, your whole life is devastated. Most people don't have 6 months worth of, living and emergency money and shit like that. And we seen during the pandemic, shit hit people hard. Like, you know what I mean? You wasn't ready for that. Like Quicksilver, you didn't see that coming, did you? Right. You ain't see that coming. We're not her. So although she can proudly and boldly go where no woman has gone, and I'm being funny, but I'm not, and celebrate single motherhood, because that's another thing people in the comments was like, she not single. She with her boyfriend. She with, what's his name? Corday. Yeah, they together. But I did taxes for 5 years. Like, not 1, not 2, not 3 like LeBron James. Not 5. 5 years. Doing taxes, overseeing the tax site, and having people under me. When you go in there to file your taxes, and they ask you, what's your status? What are you filing under? You're either single, married, head of household, divorce, widow as well. It's 5 categories, like 5 golden rings. So although you may be with your partner, you're not legally married. So you're single. That's what you would file under. Although you got a boyfriend, you still would file your taxes as single. So again, although they may be together, she's still single. She's still a single baby mama to be. And that's her prerogative. That's her choice. Just like everybody else, that's your choice. You could do what you want as long as you're getting the outcomes that you want. If you're not getting the outcomes that you want, then maybe you want to pull back a little bit, think about it, and see if that's really what it's hitting for. But again, for the average regular woman out here, whether you're in Harlem, DC, Morocco, like wherever you at, if you're not sitting on 57 million and you ain't got the best of jobs, you're not the top of the top, like you're the best around, nothing's ever gonna keep you down, like, you're strong, you're independent. And even if you get married too, he can get in a car accident, you can get divorced, all those things are possible. But we are now living in a society where women are carrying before marrying, and the decision is theirs. You can do what you want. You're not her, so you won't get the same outcomes as Naomi Osaka. She got 57 million sitting on. She don't never got to work a day in her life again. He can leave, he can go get other women pregnant, he can do whatever he want. If that's what he chose to do, she's still going to be good. But if you, ladies, get with somebody, don't marry, have a baby, yeah, there's plenty of women doing it. Some of them are doing better than others, and it's celebrated now. But is that what you really want? In your heart of hearts, do you want that for your daughter? I would think no. And you know, my nieces and my little you know, female cousins, I would want them to get married as well before having a baby and becoming the baby moms. So just think about that, because a lot of us, we think because we see Rihanna do it, we think because we see Keke Palmer do it, and a lot of other women do it, and it's celebrated. You know, you got Taraji P, who I spoke about in the other live. Go see the other video. She fighting for her joy every day. She don't need no man. She says it's not because of marriage. She says it's not because of a man. Yes, she about to fly to Bali for 30 days by herself to get her mind right. Because every day she's not happy and she's fighting for her joy. That could be you. And that's you. That can be you if you get with the wrong individual, have a baby out of wedlock, and then, you know what I mean, be stuck holding the bag, literally. So I think that's just some lessons. Then on the flip side, real quick, caveat, my shows, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. We don't got no set, you know, story or no set format. We do what we want. Side note, Eve, the girl Eve, a former stripper, former, you know, pit bull, locks, Rough Riders. She married. She just had a baby, I think maybe 8-9 months ago, and she just put up a recent I think I saved it. She just put up something showing her timeline about how she went through her pregnancy and all that. And congratulations to her and what's his name? Maximilian Cooper, you know what I mean? Living my best life. Living her best life. I forgot I got 2 cameras nice in there. Living her best life. Showing the baby and all that, you know what I mean? Showing her husband. This house is now living things I thought I'd never be. Man. And I'm only showing this to say, like, let's think of Eve, right? Like I said, former stripper, former rapper, former, you know what I mean, bad girl with the Rough Riders and shit. Married, baby, took off her tattoos, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. And, you know, obviously had a child, first child. And again, congrats to them. And it's no real set way to do it, but it really is. It's just that people choose to do what feels good to them. It's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do shit how I see fit. And nobody really want to be told. And it's this you know, aura in the air, like, leave me the fuck alone. Let me live my life. Let me do it how I want to do it. And if you do tend to chime in, people be like, why you under the post? Why you worrying about what this person doing? Why are you trying to shame? Why are you trying to do this? She did it the right way. You don't really hear a lot about her. She's not really celebrated like that, so to speak. Whereas you see a lot of other people that did it the other way, it seems like they celebrated more. People is rallying behind them. And so I just thought that was very interesting. But let's talk about some other shit on a sadder note. Because you know, we wake up, life, you know, if you wake up, then it's a blessing, it's a gift. You should cherish every moment. You should be appreciative. You should be grateful that the Most High has chosen you again to have life. Some people go to sleep, they don't wake up. Some people go to work, they don't never come back. So in this story right here, this is an unfortunate story. So it's a young lady by the name of Kyla O'Neal was pregnant, due to have her baby out in Minnesota, you know what I mean? Where the Giants gonna be tomorrow. And her boyfriend shot her, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, for her wanting to break up with him. And you know, they obviously they delivered the baby, but because she had passed, unfortunately, may Allah have mercy, the baby lost a lot of oxygen, so they don't know if the baby boy is gonna live or not. So you know, when you hear stuff like that, it's horrible. Right here in Harlem, where I'm from, a couple of months ago, I did a story on this. Some fucking whack job, some clown, some lame-o, some loser killed his baby moms who was pregnant. So it seems like this shit is happening a lot. I don't know why it's happening a lot, but when you hear it, you say, damn, like, and this is a side note too. This has nothing to do with her being killed. The only reason why I'm bringing it up, I would like to know, because they said she had 3 other kids. So when I was reading the story, it doesn't say if he's the father of the other 3 kids, but I don't think so, because the kids was 12, 7, and I think 2. And let me just be accurate. Where's the story at? just to be accurate. 10, 7, and 2. And don't say if he's the father of all 3 kids. I believe he's definitely the father of the baby that they delivered that's possibly won't make it. So when you hear stories like this, you say, "Damn, bro, rejection." I mean, that's a part of life. You're gonna get rejected sometimes, whether it's from a woman, whether it's from the job you think you deserve. No matter in what form that it is, you're gonna be humble. You're gonna be, brought down the peg. But it's not, it's not about in what fashion you was knocked down. It's about the resolve and the testicular fortitude to get back up and keep it pushing. And so the reason why I'm bringing up the kids again, hey, what's up, young lady? The reason why I'm bringing this up is let's just say, because just speaking about baby mama culture, when Naomi Osaka about to, have a baby soon, and that's celebrated nowadays. No shame, no shots. It is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I'm not a baby daddy. It doesn't bother me. You say if it was another man's child, say even 3, because that wouldn't be out of the scope or the realm. You say, all right, you got with her. She pregnant with your baby. She don't want to be with you no more for whatever reason. Move on. Like, be a co-parent to your child. Be a father to your child. LG and the Bulldogs, right? And keep it pushing. But to delete her and your child, possibly, they're saying the child's probably going to be brain dead, so it doesn't even have a chance, is mind-blowing. However, y'all know on the channel, I say, like, when you put the beat on, you'll be shocked and amazed. But on the contrary, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. I just say, damn, like, we do some of the most foulest shit to each other, and then to do it to a pregnant woman, no matter what she did, whether she cheated on you, whether she got pregnant, like, no matter what she did, it doesn't deserve you throwing your life away, because not only did you take her life, but you took your life. Now, granted, you'll be on that front row seat to the yakisobe chili con corn, right? And I don't care. And for the rest of your life, you're done. Like, you from Queens now, you did it and done. You just played yourself. And, I don't know if you're going to claim mental health. A lot of people do that now. Anytime it's any type of, crazy shit, people always claim mental. And I don't want to downplay that either, because being incarcerated, being out here in the real world, you see some people are not all there. But to delete your baby moms and your child, it's wild crazy. And we starting to see that a lot more. And I'm going to show you another example. I would say he dodged the bullet. Because if those kids wasn't yours, shouldn't be trying to get with no, woman, 3 kids, especially by 2, 3 different baby fathers. That's a handful to take on. And for those brothers that do it, I'm not taking shots at you. I know people that have done it. It is what it is. We all got to find our own way. We all got to choose our own path. And we all have to, whether you like it or not, live with the choices that we make and the decisions that we decide to carry out. All of us do, myself included. That's why I plainly quote on the channel, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Of course I know what that's like. Plenty of times. You got to hold that L. But now, not only do it go to somebody whose name I'm not even going to mention, I think he was 32 years old, 33, fucking Walmart Amazon worker, which I don't even know why they mentioned that. Like, all right, Amazon, why they had to mention he was an Amazon worker. I have no idea. But now it's another story, unfortunately, coming out of Wisconsin with a 14-year-old boy shooting his 14-year-old girlfriend 3 times in the fucking head. And by the mercy of the Most High, she alive. Like, go figure. Like, you don't meet too many people, hear too many stories about people getting popped. Not even one, like not 1, not 2, like LeBron, not 3 times in the fucking head. And then I'm being funny, but I'm not. You hear the Wu-Tang, and I quote this a lot on the channel. And for those that's, jumping in on Instagram, this is my first time going live on Instagram. That's why you see me keep looking up and down. I got one camera here and one camera here. It's my first time going live while I'm doing my show on Instagram. Thus, you see me looking up and down. But Wu-Tang on the 36 Chambers, you know what I mean, first album, classic. It's a skit in there where they're like, yo, Shami just got busted in the head. Niggas just rolled up, let off crazy fucking shots. And then the dude is like, one of the dudes is like, is he dead? And then he's like, fuck you mean, is he dead? Like all types of blood coming out of his fucking head. Like they let off 50 shots. Of course he's dead. She's alive. All praises due. 14 years old. Probably going to be blind in one eye forever. They said the bullet went in one cheekbone, lodged in her neck. 14 years old. And I say, damn, with a 22. 14 years old. And this may have nothing to do with it. But when I seen the story on Instagram, you know, I was in the comments and shit, I'm saying, damn. I wonder if he's from a single parent home or his father was around. And the reason why I'm asking, because I'm saying, like, damn, if his father's around, this shit should never happen. Like, and not to say this should happen on just being in a single parent home, but we know, according to statistics, boys especially, when they come from single parent homes, they are more likely to go to prison. They're more likely to do some fuck shit, get involved in some fuck shit, like be down with the fuck shit, encourage the fuck shit, wallow and money around in the fuck shit. And obviously that should be, you know, a given. It's no strong male dominant figure. And in that post, when I found out the story, what I was saying, obviously after, you know, may she get a speedy recovery, may she get all of the, you know, the counseling and psychological help that she's probably gonna need moving forward just to be a functioning adult. We ain't even gonna get into whether you should have relations at 14 or not, because I'm sure they probably was fucking. Gotta be. There's no way you're gonna get having a breakup and just because you was liking her, you know what I mean, you gonna shoot her 3 times, and allegedly, according to her, you know, in the report it was saying when she was pleading for her life, he was like, you gotta die. What? This ain't no movie? Like when the lights go off, you're not gonna come back on, right? You're not that strong. You knew it was wrong, but you asked for it, baby. And it's like, what 14-year-old shoots his girlfriend 3 times in the fucking head and your father's around? So you gotta say, we gotta make better choices with who we having kids with. You know what I mean? And then even if you say, you know, you vetted wrong, because ultimately once the seed is gone from the man, like once you skeet to the window, to the wall, fellas, my little cousins, my little nephews, hear what I'm saying? Like once you, and you let off, you can't get that back. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going back to the store and exchanging, you know what I mean? You're not getting that back. The toothpaste is out the tube. The decisions is out of your hands now. It's strictly in the woman's corner. Like the ball is in her court, literally. So with that being said, you could say you thought he was Prince Charming. Maybe he gassed you when you had the baby. That happens. People put on the mask, like mask on, mask off. So you may get duped, even though y'all smarter, you know what I mean, right? You know, you smarter than men and shit. Keep getting duped. You still have the choice to say, damn, this nigga is a scumbag. This nigga is the lowest of the low. He's not going to amount to anything. I'm not having this baby. I'm not having this baby. And then fellas, you again have to be mindful and you have to practice dick discipline and say, oh nah, I see the red flags. And whatever you think those red flags are, my red flags may not be yours. Some of us may have some of the same ones, but let's just run off some for a few. She always hanging out. She got her fans only. All this type of weaves and fucking eyelashes and shit. And you still skeeting it. Then you might be dealing with, now I'm in a city girl. It's very, very possible. So you got to say, do I, you know what I mean? Put the condom on tighter. Like you wifed her, I put the rub on tighter. You know what I mean? Who quoted that? That's got a Cam reference. Shout out to Cam. You know what I mean? Harlem stand up. You got to be mindful because once these babies get here, it becomes a community problem. And I'll just the last thing I'll say about that. We're going to move on to some other shit. How long we been on here? 44 minutes. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Once the babies is here, like again, even with the women, it's your decision to have to go forward with it or not. Your body, your choice, even though Roe versus Wade, they fucking with y'all. Once the baby is here, there's no putting the baby back. You can put the baby up for adoption, which is foul, which is fucking foul, in my opinion. But the baby is here. If there's no real structure, if there's no real core to the family, and they say it takes a village to raise a child, obviously that proverb is said for a reason. So if it takes a village, even having two parents, it's still not a village, but it's better than having one. It becomes a societal problem because who's monitoring these kids? Who's raising these kids? Who's mentoring these kids? Who's bringing these boys to men? Who's bringing these little girls to women, right? Then it becomes a societal problem. They running with the gangs. They the Pookies and the Ray Rays. They the Shaniquas and, you know what I mean, whoever they is out just running the muck. You know what I mean? And then society has to deal with that. And then, right, we 44 minutes into the show, and but you black. I'm talking about the black community. This is where I come from. Like, this is where I'm from. So this is what I can relate to. This is what I'm gonna always go with. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a Jay-Z line. All right, shout out to Miss April Jones. You know what I mean? That's a Jay-Z line. It becomes all of our problems. It becomes all of our problems when we got to deal with it. Now it's counseling. Now it's parole. Now it's jail. We got to feed and house these people. That's why you got to be careful of who you procreate with, because it'll come up a societal problem. And then we'll be like, damn, how did this happen? You know what I mean? When you come out your building, 14, 15-year-olds is telling you you can't, you know what I mean, come off your own stoop because they rolling dice in front of your building. Some of your sons is rolling dice in front of the building. They blew it up, they read up, and they telling you you're going to have to wait. You coming outside with your garbage and shit, and they rolling CeeLo on your stairs, and you got to wait because you fearful you might get your ass whipped. So this is just what we got to deal with. You know, what's the girl name? Jasleen Jones, Jones. Jasleen Jones miraculously is gonna live, shot 3 times in the fucking head by a 14-year-old boy who's gonna do life now, possibly. And obviously, you should do time. You should go to jail. And as a person that's been to jail a few times, I'm not an angel. Y'all know on the channel, I'm not no fucking angel. But I never went to jail wrongfully convicted. All the shit that I've been to jail for, I did. So I'll be real. I'll just say, a little lax to say who should go to jail and who shouldn't. I'll just, for a lack of a better term. Some people deserve to be in jail. Some people deserve to go under the jail. Then the jail should be dropped on them. And then you should build on top of them so they never could get the fuck out. It is what it is, whether you claim mental health or not. Some people should be thrown away and forgotten about. That's just how I feel as a person that has been subjected to the penal system. And yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he should go to jail. He's going to go to jail. And he's probably going to go to jail for a long, long time. Let's talk about this other shit. But before we talk about that, let me text my nigga real quick so I can let him know in case he want to jump on his live, because I'm about to talk about him. All right, let's get it. All right, so, you know, I'm getting ready. It's Saturday for me. Like, it's Saturday. A little extra. I was feeling a little good, a little invigorated. So I went to the gym, ran 5 miles and worked out. A little extra, you know what I mean? This how I be on the gym going in.
You know,
yeah, kid.
Outfit on the Discovery Channel. I'm a stunner.
Got my workout in.
Like robot.
But before that, as I'm getting ready for the gym, I get like 4 or 5 texts. Yo, King Ernest talking about blackface, talking about homie and all, and talking about Dame gashing him about some snitch shit. So I'm, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like getting ready for the gym, drinking my coffee. This is my 2nd cup, right? And he going in. And for those that don't know, King Ernest, another YouTuber, obviously successful YouTuber. He got the channel, and his whole, mantra, his whole thing is snatching your honor, like get over here, like Scorpion, get over here, like, you know what I mean? Gonna snatch your honor, and I didn't know all the details, so I really didn't, put too much onto it. Made a couple of calls and try to figure out what was going on. But anyway, when it comes to snitching, when it comes to the street code, and I don't consider myself that now, but obviously I just told you I was sticking niggas. You know what I mean? Went to jail a few times. You know what I mean? Booking you. Like, we supposed to be brothers, right? Like, menace to society. Nigga, give me this shit. Are you a baller? Give me this shit. That's what I was on. That's the type of time I was on. And I'm not bragging about it. I'm not boasting about it. I'm saying that's what I did. Those was my choices. I got caught for those crimes. And, oh, you're going to go up north and you're going to do your time for that. So I know what it's like to be running in them streets, doing fuck shit, doing dumb shit. I know what it's like to get got, get shot at, get stabbed, get jumped. Oh, it's rough in the GHT, TTO. Gotta learn how to hear no evil and see no. I know what it's like. So I'm saying that, and I'm prefacing my comments or my statements by saying, I think I know what I'm talking about. Just a little bit. So King Erna was on there, and, you know, again, he called out the rats, niggas that be telling, and, you know, what's ratting, what's not ratting. Like, you tell, then you stop. Like, you're not really ratting, right? Nas reference on Hold Down the Block. And so I guess Blackface, who my guy, I know Blackface. I know Blackface for a few years. Talked about him on the channel. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's definitely true, D. That's definitely true. So again, this shit is deeper than rap. And sometimes people get on these channels, pop up his TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and they could get a little zealous. They could be drinking and talking and talk. And so I rock with his channel. So let's be clear. I know who he is, not personally, but just from YouTube. And so he was talking about Dame, talking about, you know what I mean, people in the Honor Up movie. And I know pretty much everybody that was in the Honor Up movie. I'm from Harlem. Shout outs to everybody that was in the movie. Honor Up! And I was actually out there in LA. Talked about it on the channel when I first met Kanye. Was out there with Dame and shit for the premiere of the movie, etc. You know, we had a great time and all that. And so I guess Blackface car got stolen, you know what I mean? Went in the store, came back out, oh, my shit is going. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? My shit is going. Niggas book you. And so you call the cops. Like, you know, my car was taken, etc. I don't know what it's like to have my car stolen. I never had my car stolen. And you call the cops. They came, I guess because it was fresh, they told them to get in or whatever, try to drive around, look and see if they can find the car. They end up finding the car and finding the guy. However, what Erna was saying is that, you know, Face, he jumped on Instagram or he did a live or some shit, and he was in back of the police car, you know, doing it for the gram, which was a bad mistake. And you know, on the channel, there's no favor, there's no fear. We don't run from no topics. We call a spade, and it is just what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, call a spade, and it just is what it is. That's another whole reference on Some People Hate. And he was talking to Rosie Perez. You know what I mean? With the Nas shit. So I don't run from no topics. That was a bonehead move. It was stupid. He probably got caught up in the moment. I'm in the back of the car. Let me get some video, and you know I would have whipped his ass in the prior. You know, if I was in my younger days. But right now we're just hoping to get the car back, etc. So that was bad. That was it was foolish. It was stupid. But do it make him a rat? Do it make him a rat in the sense of what street niggas call rats? Because this is my definition of what a rat is. When you fuck me, I mean, when you with a crew or you with 1-2 individuals, y'all doing crime, you get caught, and it's like, they got us now, come on out. You know, the joke people be saying, like, you get caught, but they got us now, come on out. Or, you know, well, what's the nigga, the illest nigga in Nebraska? You know what I mean? Eating a banana from fucking Billy. Then you're going to have to drop a dime on these niggas. And you try to get rid of the competition because you scared to deal with them in the way that you really supposed to deal with them. And so you tell. That's rapping. That's telling. Some mob shit in Donnie Brasco when you wearing them hires, and it's like, Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the C&B, and if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. To me, that's telling. When your car gets stolen, your home get broken into, yeah, you got to call the police. You got to make a report. You got to call insurance. You got to do those things. The Instagram part and going live and getting caught up in the moment, and it's all for sale. Y'all know on the channel, I quote, it's all for sale. Even people my age, older, people who you wouldn't think might get caught up. Niggas get caught up on the gram. Niggas get caught up in social media. So again, although I know him and I fucks with him, It was stupid of him to do that. Then to put it on the gram, make a video about it, you know what I mean? Back in the police car, yo, we gonna get this nigga, stole my car. And then also what King Erner was saying, which was not factual, he like, I think he was saying it was some like young kids from around his way. And he like, Dame is well known. You probably didn't have to call the police. You could have made some phone calls and got your car back that way. Maybe nobody would have to go to jail. Listen, when you break the law, the police is there to lock you up. That's just it. Your job is to evade the police and get away, and their job is to lock you up. So, you know, I guess he still was sitting in the car like a lot of dumb criminals. That's why they got that show, the world's most dumbest criminals. And I did some dumb shit too. You just sitting in the car, just chilling freshly after you steal a car. And I guess he was a crackhead. Somebody, I guess, was saying that he tried to sell him the car, but he didn't have the keys, etc., etc. It doesn't make him a rat, in my opinion. You could disagree with me. You could not disagree with me. That's my opinion. Not because I know him. If it was anybody, I would say that doesn't qualify you or elevate you to a rat status. It's being dumb. It's being bonehead. It's being not the smartest in that particular moment, but it don't make you a rat, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, you could have Dame is well known, and then he brought up Jay-Z, you know, I guess the person, what's the lady name? I don't even know her fucking name. The person from Rock Nation, the overseer or the CEO, head of operations, she had told or whatever. So he was like, you in one breath you saying this about Hove, but you not saying it about, you know what I mean? You're not saying it about your man. And I didn't watch the live, so obviously Lou, like I said, I guess Lou jumped on the live big time. My Uncle D, they was on the live. They was talking with Blackface, and he was explaining it. And again, it just was a boneheaded move. All that other shit about ratting and all that, I'm not gonna say all that. Definitely not gonna say all that. I would say it was stupid, and that's about it. What's your opinion, especially if you from the cloth of the streets? And then this is another thing I want to say, right? What he was making reference to. If you was a formerly street dude, or you consider yourself a street dude, especially if you did time, when you come home and you say now that lifestyle was over, I no longer want to eat chili con corn and yakisobe, right? I'm tired of that. I don't want no more 3 cardboard fucking waffles and 1 syrup. You're not getting 2. You're going to get 1 syrup unless you swipe one. I don't want that lifestyle no more. I don't want to lift my nuts and, you know what I mean, and cough and all that for these crackers and deal with this fuckery. I'm done with that. You a civilian now. You know what I mean? Do that mean you can now go under the civilian codes and ethics where if you see crime done, a robbery, not to you, but just, you know what I mean? And now you can remember when Cam was shout outs to Killer again. When was the ABC, special? It was years ago. And forget the dude that was asking him the questions. And he was like, so if it's a killer next door to you, right? You going to tell the police and whatever? And, he was like, nah, no. People like, a killer next door to you and all that. And I think he was trolling and being funny. That's different between your moms, your sister, regular, law-abiding citizens. To me, if you was breaking the law, but even though you're not breaking the law no more, you're still going to kind of fall under those unsaid, some of them dumbass, invisible rules that people tend to live by. Then, and nowadays, anyway, and we see the 6ix9ines, we see the Gunner, you know what I mean? Kareem Akbar, is the YSL a gang? Yes, ma'am, they're a gang. When you see, certain people, do what they do, and there's no repercussions, there's no consequences. Those rules been out the window years ago. Like people my age, like we figure, we've been figured it out, or we been new. Like it ain't no love in this shit. Streets ain't got no loyalty, it ain't no fucking love. And if you think so, you're a fool. If you think so, you're a fool. So we been know that people was turning over. Shit ain't nothing new. It's like Anas said, no ideas original was nothing new. Under the sun, it's never what you do, but how it's done. What you base your happiness on, material, women, and mad paper. That means you inferior, not major. It ain't nothing new. People been telling. People been wearing wives. People been bringing whole organizations down. Some get away with it and go live in, you know what I mean? What is it? Witness protection program. And some come right back to the hood and live, and nothing is done. So the thing is, don't get caught up in the shit. Stay far away from it, and you're going to come out in your own way. Like Ghost and Ray say, you're going to come out in your own way, because it ain't no loyalty. People will be down with you 1 minute and then turn cold on you on the next minute. And you'll be sitting there thinking you still under the invisible laws and shit that you're supposed to be following, and niggas not even following that. So you following some shit that people not even following. So I'm not saying tell. I'm saying that be mindful who you fuck with. Like another famous YouTuber, Hassan Campbell, say, be mindful of your circle before they hurt you. You know what I mean? You need to be mindful of who you around and who you fucking with. And even then still, you never know. You know what I mean? You still never know. Your own flesh and blood of your own man, your day one, will still end up popping you. Take your shit. You know what I mean? Kill you like it's nothing. Kill you dead. Like, is he dead? Of course he's fucking dead. So all types of blood coming out of his fucking head. You're dead. So you just got to be mindful with that. And it's like, the last thing I'll say is this. I'm from the era, going to prison where that word, rat, homosexual, a fag, those words, you just couldn't say that without having substantial proof. To some people, like, they want to see an eggplant go in your dumpster. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see you doing, they want to catch you in the act. Or they want to see your name on some paper. That's why when you go to the feds, and I know a few people who was in the feds, my brother was one of them. Shout out to my nigga Dre. He in the feds right now. You got to show that paperwork. Like, when you come in, you got to show your paperwork so we can distinguish who you are. And I already did a video on this talking about integrity. And that's why when you go into the DMV, they want to see your ID. So before any transactions is done, before any business is done, they want to know who they dealing with. That's why they ask you for that. Let me see your license. Who are you? Who are you? Like, who sent you? Mickey. Who sent you, nigga? Oh, this is who you are. That's why they want to see that in the feds. And if you don't got your paperwork in order, you're going to stay in PC. And if you come outside, like American Meat, see when they was going down to the fucking gallery and they was asking all the people were staying in their cell. And I forget the main character name right now, the one that they jicked up and they stabbed up. He came out of cell. Came right out of cell. He knew what was going to go down. And you could call him brave if you want. You could call him dead and brave, and you could see him fall into his death after they stabbed him up 1,000,000 times and tossed that nigga off the tier. Be mindful. Fuck with the right, you know what I mean? Fuck with the right people, man. In these days and time anyway, if you still doing crime and you like Tret said, I do my dirt up by my own. Like, if you ain't, you know what I mean, doing shit on the dolo tip, you better be careful. You know what I mean? You better be careful. You better be careful. What my guy say? You know what I mean? Your man go to jail, he gonna get you knocked. And that's just what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Your niggas will roll over so fast. Like, you'll be like, damn it, man. Like Florida Evans, damn. You'll be like, damn, we supposed to be brothers. How you turning on me like that? Niggas don't give a fuck. And they don't have no loyalty. What's up, Monique? They don't got no loyalty at all. So if you put yourself in that position, then most likely you're gonna get what you get. And obviously, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. Right. You know what I mean? You thinking one thing, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So you already know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovich TV. It's my first time going live doing my show on Instagram. Normally, I'm over on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's why I do my show. I said today, feeling a little good, feeling a little vigorated. We're going to talk about some shit, and we're going to do it simultaneously on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you was tuned in, appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You already know. We authentic, that feeling. Yeah, kid.